Hey guys, welcome to another video. So today I want to talk about something that is very near and dear to my heart, and the topic is books. So I read a lot of books. However, I do not buy them. I get them from the local library, or I find out any other way where I can access books cheaply and mostly for free. For example, in the last month, I have read 10 books, and if I were to buy them, I would have spent a few $100s at least. So I have been figuring out ways where I can access books for free or very cheaply. So in this video, I will talk about how you can access books that you can read in the quarantine for free or for very low cost. Let's get rolling. So the first way that I'm going to share how to read books for free is actually YouTube. You might not have thought about it, but YouTube is actually a great free resource for audiobooks. So for example, let's say I wanted to read this book. This is by Sidney Sheldon and it's called The Tides of Memory. So if I wanted to read this book, I would just look up Sidney Sheldon, The Tides of Memory audiobook on YouTube. So you might not be able to access all the books you want for free on YouTube, but you will get a significant amount of books that you can get for free. So that is the first way. So with the easiest option out of the way, we will be talking about the second option. Actually, this whole video is about this second option that I want to talk about. This is the option for the book exchange. So in this time of the virus going around, we want to be safe. We want to keep ourselves safe and we want to keep our families safe. How do we do book exchange in a very safe and responsible way? I know that all around the city there are book exchange boxes. So there are like small libraries where you can deposit one book and take one book that you like. So basically the principle being the library will always have the same number of books, but the books will keep rotating. And what I plan to do is give away all of these books that you see. I got 3, 6, 8 books over here. So I plan to give away all of these 8 books and deposit them in those exchange boxes. And if you are looking for such exchange boxes over here, I will be linking down below of the specific address of these exchange boxes all around Montreal. And I want to specify that this video is mostly for people living in Montreal, but if you're living in Canada, no matter where you are, you might also have the same things which you might look out for. So I will be also putting the address of the specific deposit box that I will be putting all those books in, and you can go there and pick up all of these books. So as per the safety, before I go to deposit all the books, I will be disinfecting all of them. Whenever you are picking these books up, whether they are my books or any other books, make sure you don't bring it home and put it on your desk or put it on your bed. When you bring it home, take a disinfectant towel or just disinfectant liquid and rub it all over. And if you want to be extra safe, you can put the book away for 3 days, 3 to 5 days. I think that's the time that it takes for the virus to die off on dry surfaces. I'm not sure if that information is true, but I will look it up. And if it isn't true, you will see something written down on these spaces which will tell you the exact information. So let's go over these books. First, I have Sidney Sheldon's The Tides of Memory. So this is fiction and this is my guilty pleasure. And Sidney Sheldon is an action thriller writer. However, one of his main characteristics is that the protagonist is always a powerful, dominant, strong female. And I love his books whenever I read them, and they're like super cheap and cheesy books. However, if you just want to mindlessly read something and have escape from reality, this author is good. Then I have Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. So I read this book in 2016. It really helped me a lot because I came from a family that had very bad beliefs about finances, about money, about rich people, and about our beliefs and perceptions about money. So as a starter book on understanding finances and our beliefs and behavior about finances, this can be a good book. Then we have the Ministry of Healing. It just says health and happiness. I haven't read this book, and this was given to me by a very good friend, and he is a devoted Christian. So if you're a devoted Christian and you want to learn more about healing, health and happiness in backdrop of Christianity, this would be a good book. The Wisdom of Psyche. Depth Psychology After Neuroscience by Jeanette Barris. Well, I haven't read this one, but I'm really fascinated by what the message is. And it looks very dry, and also like it looks like a textbook, so I am not sure I would enjoy it, but I'm pretty sure I'd learn a lot out of it. I'm a bit hesitant if I wanted to give this away, but anyhow, I have this book for like 5 years and I haven't read it. So, and then I have the Bear Book, Survive and Profit in Ferocious Markets by John Rothschild. So this is a book on financial markets and the stock market, like history about stock markets when it comes to recessions, depressions, and like bad times like ours. So it's a very relevant book, but it is geared towards someone who has a foundational understanding of the financial markets, not for someone who is a beginner. Then I have On Killing, The Psychological Cost of Learning to Kill in War and Society by Lieutenant Colonel Dave Grossman. There was a time I was into all the catastrophic things in life and how we overcome them, how we experience them as human beings, and this was one of the books that really drew me in. However, I never got to read the whole thing, and I don't think I am very much interested on reading it. So if you are interested on the psychological cost of war, and it's coming from a soldier who has fought in different wars, I would suggest this one. And then I have The Art and Science of Reinventing Your Career and Life Pivot. It's by Adam Markle. So this is a typical self-help book. I have learned some aspects from it, but not really that much. So for me, it wasn't really very helpful, I'd say. But maybe if you're on the crossroads when it comes to life and career, I would suggest you this book, because it's not only about tactics, it's also about the mindset and how we see our reality now and how we build ourselves up back again. And the last one, I got Unfair Advantage, The Power of Financial Education, What Schools Will Never Teach You About Money, Robert Kiyosaki. This is the renowned author who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That is an amazing book. If you haven't read that, read that book. It will change how you think about money. That was one of the first books that I read about finances, like personal finances and about money, that changed how I view money and got me on that path of learning more about personal finances and investing. However, this book, I wasn't really very impressed. However, if you do not know anything about finances, there are a lot of gems in this book. It'll talk about different aspects of how you can view business and how you can carry out business. And it will also teach you about probability thinking and how you weigh your probabilities when you have your own business. And even though there are no tactics and teaching you like how to make money, this is rich in mindset. So as you saw, I went through all the books that I'm going to give away. And if you want to pick these books up, I will show you in the later part of this video where I'm going to deposit them. I will also put the address anywhere over here and also in the description link below. So you can go there, grab this book, bring it home, disinfect it very well, and then get to reading. And I also talked about the other book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by the same author. If you want to read that book, it's actually free on YouTube, and you can listen to the whole book for free on YouTube. And if you want, I will also link that down below. So I am walking towards the McDonald Park where I want to deposit the books, and hopefully you can listen to what I'm saying because I'm wearing a very thick mask. However, I also have a good microphone, so you should be able to hear it. And I got my books. So let me show you on Google Maps where the McDonald Park is. On one side, there is the Isabella Avenue. And on the cross street, this is the Clan Ronald Avenue. The other side, it's Earnscliffe. And on the other end, it is Avenue Dupuy. So it is surrounded by these 4 streets. And as we're zooming out, we see it's just next to the Snowdon Deli, which is across the Autoroute de Carré. Whichever way you get into the park, you will see that there is this facility right in the middle of the park. And if you're coming from the other way, you might not be able to see it, but keep walking right to the middle of the park and you will see this facility. So basically, you see that I'm walking across the facility, and then I'll keep walking a little bit. There are steps in front of me, so I'll get on top of these steps, and voila, here is our box. So let's take a look at what kind of books we have over here. Looks like an encyclopedia in the middle, and then there is a book by Miley Cyrus, and then a history book over here, book on victory. I have no freaking clue what that is. One on economics, and so we have 3 books over here. These are how to make seafood and how to make desserts in the microwave. So you see, collection micro-ondes, les fruits de mer et le dessert, 1 et 2. And over here, and here you go. Here are my books that I have deposited, and some others over here. So History of Love by Louis Tremblay. Yeah. So we saw what kind of books they had in the deposit box in this park. And yeah, that's it. I hope this helps you to figure out ways of how you can read some books, and have a great day. Stay quarantined.